I'm at the wrong time.
I'm way over here.
Yeah, it could hear your voice fine.
You could.
No, it could.
Whatever. And I am Procyon Loader.
Cat Scratch.
And we're going to be analyzing our quick playthrough of Viva Pinata.
Garden Simulator /Sims /boring.
Slash children's porno. That sounded really weird. In reference to the children's, I'm going to say that I meant pinatas. You know, it's a very
That
childish thing. Shut up! Ah!
Pinata sex.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm gonna be quiet now.
I disliked how you couldn't kill Leafa.
Leafos?
Nefos.
What?
Leafos?
Is that what her name was?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes,
Leafos.
look at how memorable she was, too. I can't even remember her name.
Well, you remember her clearly enough.
I don't remember the other critters. The other
The caterpillar.
guardians?
I remember the whirl.
No, the
but-
guardians. The other,
Oh.
There were like 2 or 3 other guardians.
There was the blue dude.
And the
house
heavy,
guy,
the heavy set woman
the
who
nut guy.
the heavy set woman who brought new critters.
Her eggs.
Oh yeah,
that
the
took care of the eggs.
bird girl.
And then there was the weird one that lived in a tree. I can't remember.
I think that sums them all up, honestly.
And then there was the girl running the store in town with the candies.
Oh, that's so weird.
The candies to make your pinatas have sex.
You know, that's
Aphrodisiac
a
candies.
thing.
I'm not sure.
Sex candy. It was an interesting game. I absolutely love the multiplayer.
Oh yes, that was fantastic.
We're gonna make this game multiplayer, but you can only control. Only one person can control you at a time.
Let's make it 4-player with 1 avatar.
4 players,
I think we spent like half of our playthrough fighting over who had control of the avatar.
Only the first half.
And
And
the best.
I had fun with that.
It was like the most fun that at least I had with that blasted game. It was.
Am I the only one who thought there should be a better option for turning that entire garden into dirt again, rather than I have to hit every square inch?
Could you even hit the grass after you plant it?
I don't think you could.
No, you couldn't.
No, but I meant like the first part, when you're getting rid of all of the rubble and stuff.
Oh.
I mean, it took forever, and you couldn't always get all the spots. And then you had a little brown spot that you couldn't even get to unless you were in a specific spot, and it wasn't
1
even...
by 1 pixel.
Just about.
And when you were at the right place to hit it, it wasn't necessarily in the circle saying that's where you were hitting.
Yeah.
So it's just incredibly confusing, and took way too long.
Yeah.
Can we just have a bulldoze option? Do they not have bulldozers?
Well, they have a shovel. They could have easily built something to do something.
Also, here's a question. The snakes, in order to get them to be part of your community, have them as a resident, you had to get them to eat one of the mice.
Oh, yeah.
But you can't make them eat a mouse until they're a resident. So...
And you can't exactly send the mouse to their death. Because
Exactly. The mouse isn't going to walk right up to the snake and say, "Eat me! Eat me! I'm tasty!" So what exactly were we supposed to do there? I feel like you've got to read spoilers and tutorials and stuff online just to get through the stupid game. And that's after the god-awful, never-ending tutorial.
That doesn't tell you anything.
No, it doesn't. Oh.
No, like I'd said before, that is the absolute worst way to do a tutorial in gaming.
Yes.
It was just a very poorly laid out game, I think. And I don't know, people said the show was fun to watch. I've heard this from a couple people now, but I'm gonna say the game did not do it justice. In that you can't play. I mean, the most we could do was hit the ground, swack Lefos until she took away the shovel.
Worth it. Worth it.
Plant things and make the piñatas have sex.
Excitement!
There wasn't really any progression. It was like...
It was Sims, is what it was. It was like The Sims.
It was
Only less fun.
It was level grinding with piñatas.
It was
literally.
So, I don't know.
It had a sequel too.
Oh my
Why?
gosh, that's frightening.
What advancement could you ever have possibly made there?
I think they made like 2 other games, one for the DS and then another for the...
Why?
Because piñatas. People couldn't get enough piñatas.
Am I the only one who noticed that the piñatas wouldn't eat the other piñatas unless you gave them permission to? Or actually told them to?
Yeah, I thought that was a little odd.
That's weird.
Too.
I'm not gonna eat unless you tell me I can.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
That's just a little weird. But
So, I have no idea. That was just odd.
It was a
Said
silly,
the
stupid
whole-
game, and it was everything I expected it to be. Competitive, single player.
And then the whole dance was unnecessary. That was awkward, and just put hearts above the house, and we get the point. Thank you. And then the other thing, what was the point of the stupid little maze? Avoiding the fireball things along the edge to get to the couple.
The point was it was a game.
if you lost the
minigame.
if you lost the minigame, the piñatas wouldn't have sex.
I've already drugged them so they're attracted to each other. So, what more are they so drugged they can't crawl to spots to get to one another? I didn't see any fireballs in the garden, so...
Well, not only that, they're such a vast distance apart. They could be literally right next to each other, and then instant jump like 5 meters away.
Yeah, that was weird.
Well, not that... It was weird, but I can't really say anything negative about that
And then they
portion.
had me planting things, and then didn't tell me what to do with
Yeah,
those things.
why you were planting them.
I planted what was it, a radish or a turnip?
Something like that.
And then they said it was because the mouse liked it, and the mouse never went near it.
Hello, mouse came to the garden because, I don't know.
Yeah, but then I have a random radish or turnip floating around the garden. Eventually I'm going to run out of space for random food. Am I just supposed to start a compost heap?
Well, it actually kind of seemed like it needed to put in these silly, stupid mini games in order to keep it interesting. It actually reminded me a lot of what was that? I can't even say that one Facebook game. That all the Facebook games that you.
Anythingville.
There we go. Anythingville. Literally anythingville. Just hey, keep on building and building and building. No, you're not working towards the goal. Just keep building and building and building. There's no end to it. Oh, by the way, give us money.
Just in time.
So what do we think of it as a whole? Just a really terrible game?
As a whole, I think it's actually very ridiculous because it had to put in games in order to keep it interesting.
Just like Duke Nukem Forever.
That's what I was thinking, honestly. And for the targeted age group, well, one, don't have things have sex if you're targeting a game for kids.
Well, that part didn't really bother me so much, personally. I think that the biggest problem with this sort of game for the target audience is just the fact that it's boring.
Or at least if you're gonna have them have sex, at least explain. Don't. They're dancing and suddenly
Well, you
baby.
see, we're a mommy caterpillar and a daddy caterpillar like each other very much.
They dance and a baby happens.
I'm not sure.
No, it just happens.
Okay.
Just shows up. Oh, hey, what's up, guys? I'm taking your food.
Oh my gosh.
Because isn't that how it works?
So, out of 10, what would you give it?
You know, I went in assuming it would be a 2, but after actually playing it, 2. but a different 2. I assumed it was going to be so absolutely horrid that it would just be flat out unplayable. That's the kind of 2 I was going for, but instead the kind of 2 I got was, it was just boring.
It was entertaining, but that's only because there were 3 of us.
All fighting for control.
So, it's entertaining to make fun of. Otherwise, there's no real point to it. And I'm not really sure how a kid could play this other than I have made my garden. I have attracted things. Now I'm making them sleep together.
It's The Sims.
It
Only
doesn't-
less
No,
fun.
it is Sims. It's exactly like The Sims.
It is,
And
really.
there's less you can do. And no expansion packs.
Thank God.
Oh,
Those things are expensive.
Now imagine if The Sims comes out with a Pinata expansion pack.
I think they have one.
Fear. Yeah, I don't know.
All in all, this game is really, really boring. I could not see a child sitting down and playing this for an extensively
Heck
long
no.
period of time. If I had to rate it out of 10, yeah, 2, actually. No.
I'd probably go with a 2 as well.
Trend setting.
The only reason I'd give it more than that is if you have friends around who can mock it with you, and then it's good for the mocking. In regards to purchasing or renting or anything like that, just
No.
Don't
no.
pay money
Don't
for it.
bother.
If you
Please.
have it, then you had better have it for whatever the heck that other game in the box was. What was the other game in the box?
Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts.
There you go. If it comes with that, then you're in the clear. Otherwise, you just buy it solo. I weep.
For the guys watching this right now,
Eppo weeps.
Eppo hasn't played Nuts and Bolts yet. His opinion may change. Just so you know.
Well, is it as funny as this one?
You haven't played any of the Banjo-Kazooie games, have you?
I've played one of them.
Yeah, well, imagine
I've seen him play Nuts and Bolts.
Lego cars.
You've told me about this, and I am hell-bent on making a car made entirely out of wheels.
Oh, we'll have to see.
Entirely out of wheels.
Anyway, I think as a group we can say the game sucks. Just don't.
If you absolutely positively want a copy, I'll mail you this one.
So I think that's it for this closing review.
Second chance!